From the first day we started on the project, we knew that the architecture was never going to manifest itself on the outside. We were asked to add almost a third of the floor plate space to this project, entirely by excavating underneath it. And the only clues to that externally would be a handful of light wells that we would put in. Our clients were really confident and bold, and they encouraged us to think radically about the interior. Where the ground floor had once followed quite a domestic plan with kitchens and powder rooms and sitting rooms, the new basement liberated this entirely. In its place, we were going to put a salon, a vast, light-filled space that would be designed solely for entertaining, and of course to house art. The client's extraordinary art collection really guided the spatial choreography, and we worked really closely with them and with galleries to commission and position pieces that animate the home and completely shape its atmosphere. Whilst turning the entire ground floor into that salon was a bold move, placing the kitchen and the dining room in the basement perhaps was even more so. Because a subterranean kitchen really does risk feeling cold, and a dining room particularly isolated. Our solution was a staircase, and a staircase as a sculptural centerpiece, not rising, but descending, and with a glazed atrium that would flood it with light. It's designed to draw the eye and lead the visitor past a specially commissioned glass installation by Shazia Sikandar and give you a moment to pause and reflect on that. As you get into that basement, the full-height light wells with green planted walls introduce so much air and light and life, and the surfaces of the walls, they become canvases for sculpture, for large format artworks, and for light itself. And above the dining room table, there's this amazing custom blend glass installation, which I think really crowns the space. And it's such a celebration of craftsmanship. And I think we were just so lucky that our client was happy to be a patron to artisans that could create something like that. A core guiding principle of our work is that the design must be very personal to our clients. We look for threads, thematic or material, that connect the space to our client's identity. And here, our client's Hong Kong heritage became that touchstone. So jade and green tones were run throughout, in the mosaic and the floor of the entry, or the marble coffee tables, the hand-fired tiles in the powder room, and most visibly that central terrazzo of the staircase, referencing public interiors of Hong Kong like the wet markets. The project also posed quite a few spatial challenges to us. There were quite a few instances where we just couldn't have light, so we embraced dark. But there was also the problem that if you turn your ground floor over to a grand salon, but it's also a thoroughfare and a gathering space, how do people negotiate that? And for us, the answer lay really in creating softness and flow, and we did that by designing a number of pieces of furniture that were rounded and sculptural in form. We create these islands that are defined really by rugs rather than walls, and pieces hopefully that invite conversation from every different angle. All of them bespoke, and all really considered.